Hello YouTube, I'm going to be showing you my Ninja Warrior track about the first 4 competitions. The first stage has all the obstacles from competition 1 to 4, including the rolling log, the balance bridge, the spinning log, the barrel climb, the barrel roll, and the conjunction zone, that final rock wall, and the others. Now I'm ready to show you the course. Don't worry, I won't be failing when I'm actually showing you. You see, this is first how you do the barrel climb. Then next, this is my version of the spinning log. Only because, since it's not 3D, you can't make it actually spin. After the rolling log, you go over to this very, very tricky balance bridge. Just because, oh, it doesn't look very hard. Believe me, it is hard. Now, you go up the hill climb, and then you make it, and then you try to jump as far as you can up the mountain. I just used that instead of making the 2 final obstacles. And then you make it to stage 2. They're all connected in one track. This is stage 2. Where, of course, as you know, stage 2 didn't change at all over the course of the first 4 competitions. It really didn't. Oh, and that was my version of the hammer dodge. This is the conveyor belt. And of course, this is the wall lift. Simple as pie, isn't it? Now, a lot of you might run out of time on stage 2. But I only count it as winning if you beat the clock. Now, stage 3 consists of all the obstacles on the first 4 competitions, just like all the other ones. As you can see, the way they are actually supposed to do the pole vault is by doing the pole vaulting thing is by going from the back. This one's tricky. If you let it swing, it actually slows it down. Now, this is the propeller bars. Just like the real thing, you can get it might stop sometimes. You might have to force it forward. Or force it to stop. Now, it was very poorly made. I'll admit that. But I'm gonna be working on that. Now, also something else I need to work on is the chain swing. Remember that from the first 3 competitions? No, from the 2nd and 3rd competition. Now this is the cliffhanger. Oops, wrong lane. Okay, I'm going to show you stage 3 again, but go over every single obstacle. And, you know, the one obstacle I did not add, because it would be too hard, is the eye of the needle. That's the only one missing. In competitions 1 and 2, Pillar's Path was the first obstacle on stage 3. It consists of people walking and trying to keep their balance while going over wobbly poles. The first competition, it took out the only 2 people out of the 6 that failed the 3rd stage. The pole vault was the first obstacle on stage 3 in the first 2 and the 3rd and 4th competition. The 3rd one, they were just required to jump over onto the platform, but on the 4th one, they had to keep their balance and turn the 90 degrees to the 2nd obstacle. That was just a slight difference. On the 4th competition, the arm bike had replaced the chain swing. And it consisted of the handlebars being the pedals and you using that to pedal your way over to the next obstacle. In the first 8 competitions, the propeller bars were in the course. They consisted of people having to use their brute force to time it just right and grab the pole. If people would hang there and it would stop. But of course, that got very frustrating for many a competitor. Now, the chain swing consisted of these metal circles, these tiny metal cylinders that people would put their feet on, and then they would have to grab the chain. Using the swinging momentum, they would have to move from chain to chain, keeping their balance on that, and make it to the other side. Now, the cliffhanger has been there ever since the 4th competition. During the 4th competition, the cliffhanger was first introduced, and it took out 5 of the 10 contestants that reached it. It consisted of a 1.5 inch wide ledge where contestants would have to, a 2.5 centimeters thick ledge where contestants would have to move across just using their fingertips. And of course, then on the 2nd competition, and then on the 5th competition, for the next several, the cliffhanger was redesigned to be 2 straight bars, and yes, it was 2 straight bars, and then 1 you had to go up. The next way it was redesigned, 1 straight, then you would go up, you would have to reach up, go straight, and then descend. Then they had 1 straight, 1 slanted, and then they would have to swing and grab on. And the newest one has 6 ledges. Straight, diagonal, diagonal, straight, straight, jumping to a tiny ledge, and jumping from there to a tiny ledge. And finally, the final stage, rope climb. In the first 4 competitions, it was a simple strand of rope. 11 contestants had reached the final stage. 4 in the first competition, 2 in the second competition, making it 6. 5 in the third competition, making it 11. No. Yeah, making it 11. And actually there were 12. 12 making it... Yeah, and then 1 making it 12. Kazuhiko Akiyama has held the record for the most time left over on the final stage climb. Only 3 have ever completed it. Akiyama, Nagano, and Yuji Arishihara.